Welcome to BarrelUp Podcast with your host, John Carlos. I got my boy, Darryl Guru, as always, my right-hand man. And today we got my boy, James. First time here, to really kick it, even though he got a Yankee hat on. I respect him, that's my boy. He loves baseball just like we do. We're about to talk about one of the topics that doesn't want to seem to go away. And it's this baseball cheating scandal by the Astros. And, spring training has started already, by the way. Jorge Soler from the Kansas City Royals hit the first bomb. So we're interested in seeing what's going to happen to the Astros as they start their season 2. And how Robert Manfred, as well, the bozo of commissioner, how he has handled this whole situation and how he is being scrutinized for the protection that he's giving the Astros. Yo, talk to me about that, bro. What's going on?
It's crazy, man. I mean, he goes up there, he messes up the first time with the penalties and the sanctions to the Astros, giving them a
$5 million
a fee.
Yeah.
And then take away draft picks. I mean, that's nothing. And then he goes back on, gives a press conference, and then he goes up there and calls basically the World Series trophy a piece of plastic.
How are you going to call a World Series trophy, especially for a game that's America's pastime, a piece of plastic? Like, I personally feel like if Bud Selig was still around, this mess that's going on would not be happening the way it is. What do you think about that, bro?
I agree. If Bud Selig was here, none of this would be happening right now. He would really make it where, like, all right, it's gonna be a general thing. It's gonna be a respectful thing for each team.
Yeah,
it's gonna be direct. And
I think that the big takeaway in this situation is that no heavy sanctions were dealt to the players, and now you have notable players around the league, the whole baseball, every team, every player is talking about it, and they're disgusted with, how the Astros have dealt with this, especially how they came out in the press conference and make blank statements. Correa was the only one that really saved the ship, because Altuve and Bregman, they were just reading off a script. Talk to me about that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you have Judge going out there saying that, their trophy's not earned, they shouldn't call themselves champion. You got Bellinger saying that Altuve robbed Judge of an MVP.
Ooh, big one.
And then you got you got Correa, who's kind of basically fighting the battle on his own because nobody's saying nothing. He's out there defending his guy, Altuve. His former guy, Carlos Beltran, who's been thrown on the bus, I believe.
Yeah, he got thrown on the bus major time.
He ended up being the scapegoat of everything. It's crazy.
It's crazy how...
And to add on to the Correa thing, it's he defended Altuve because of the whole sliding, the jersey, the tattoo thing, and it became a whole show for no reason.
It's funny how they come up with these excuses. He said a tattoo, are you serious? In a major scandal like this, you're gonna tell me that you don't want to show. Nobody has to see your body, but you don't want to show your body because of tattoo. Just be oh no, whatever. If you're so confident, man. Now, I don't know what's gonna happen to Altuve and other players. Everybody's gonna, all the pitchers that go to play at Minute Maid Park. They're gonna think about, if they don't plunk him, if they don't hit him, they're gonna think about it. Or yo, this guy's been cheating the whole time, or all of them. And it's now, for the first time, you see gossip between major league players and stuff like that, ongoing without the whole, the whole team. There was a time where there was what's it called, a strike. Major League Baseball did a strike in 1994, right? For salaries and whatnot. But this is going overboard, because we're talking about suspensions, we're talking about players that got suspended in the past for cheating scandals before, different, and now players are being slapped on the wrist. I always say that, and I'm gonna keep on saying that. Players on the Astros team should have been suspended from day one, and they're just gonna let mayhem happen.
But you gotta understand too that without that immunity that they were granted, we might have never known what was the full scope of things. So I kind of do agree with the league and giving them immunity, but I think that we could find a collective way where we can punish the team that affects the players as well.
That's why I like this
playoff ban.
This guy knows what he's talking about all the time, bro.
There's a bunch of things that you can do.
Yo, there's a bunch of things that a guy in that position as commissioner could have done. Like responded in a better way than what he just did, man. You got Big Papi out here. Big Papi's retired.
He's not even in the league no more.
Yo, he's been retired since when? Since 2016?
Mm-hmm.
You got him calling Fires a cheater. With all reason too.
And a snitch.
And a snitch.
A cheater and a snitch. My fault. A snitch.
Mm-hmm.
A snitch.
Which I agree with, because I mean, this guy.
He was like the first one to speak with the whole.
But I agree though. I mean, this guy, he was on the team. He was winning. He didn't have a problem at that time. He didn't say nothing. He got a big contract from Oakland after that series, after that World Series. But 2 years later, now you want to say something because you getting bodied by the Astros. I mean,
didn't he win with the Astros?
He won.
Yeah, he won with that.
How you gonna?
He won and he celebrated with that.
How you gonna win a ring with a team and then come out snitching like, oh, like what is he gonna win out of this? What team is gonna want to give you a job, Mike Fires? And I'm gonna look for that picture where you came out in a game and you had like half a beard or whatever, because that's what you are, Bozo too. You and Canseco and all these people like tainted the game in a major way.
There's a consensus around the league that people do agree with what David Ortiz said. They do believe that, he is a snitch.
Boston. Yes, I agree with what Big Papi was saying because, like, maybe Big Papi was thinking the way I am. Now you've caused major commotion throughout the game. Mm-hmm. Players are hating each other because of what you wanted to say. That was all negative. Nothing positive came out of that.
But don't misunderstand it though. I mean, we do agree with the punishment that it has been brought to light. Like, we're happy about that.
We're happy.
Just like the way it was handled, kind of iffy.
Iffy in
it
a
could have
major
been
way.
handled more direct in a sense where, like, the team itself, like you said with the players, they should have been accountable knowing the situation. It should have been more put on the players knowing the fact of what happened during that time. And they didn't take no accountability for it.
None at all. Like, you're gonna wait till a team wins a World Series, now the impact is even way harder because you have players like Judge thinking, yo, we should have been champions. I should have won that MVP in 2017, But then I like what Correa was saying, his defense on the whole Altuve in his 2017 MVP. He was like, you got to look at Altuve's numbers throughout the road schedule. He was hitting 400. He was like, if we quote unquote did all this cheating, we weren't doing it away. He was hitting 400 at home. So, Judge, I'm sorry, my man, but he earned it, quote unquote. But Bellinger was coming hard at Correa and saying, oh no, like, I'm never gonna respect those guys. You cheated us out of a World Series, and that they were cheating prior to the World Series this year. What do you think about that, bro?
I mean, the commissioner came out. He said that they used the whole trash can bang system throughout the 2017 playoffs. So they confirmed that.
Yeah.
So anybody who says otherwise, basically a liar.
Yeah.
To regards of cheating after, I mean, you won a championship. Nobody's really, nobody really knows. I mean, you're just gonna stop? I doubt it. But I mean, we will never know, honestly.
It would be interesting if they would have won. Because if they would have won, it would have been a whole different conversation. Because that whole thing would have been in a whole bigger microscope than what it is like right now it is. Good thing the Nationals won. Congrats to them. Well deserved as a team.
First time as a franchise.
Yeah, that's interesting. And then the Astros, they would have won. It would have been real interesting.
The reason why I say that Robert Manfred is a bozo and he will forever go down as a bozo is because himself and his team, they're handling this very childish, in my opinion. Like, the way the game should go about, the history of the game should never be touched. And now they're proposing to adjust the playoff picture within Major League Baseball. And that just seems very lousy to me because in the midst of this negativity, you want to come out with some positive news and for things for people to look forward to, which is like, oh, more teams are going to be in the playoffs. Teams that are low budgeting will have a chance to be in the, like, yo, this is not entertainment TV. I guess it is entertainment, yes, it's sports, but it's not like pay-per-view. Like, yo, no, you're going to take away the authenticity of the game.
Sure.
But then again, we have positive points about this situation and, you know, readjusting the whole playoff picture. What do you have to say about that, bro?
So I'm a big fan of it, some of it. So there's points of it where expanding teams to 2 more teams entering the playoff picture, which I'm a fan of, because there are some really good teams that do miss the postseason.
Right.
For example, like, you know, you have a powerhouse team like the Dodgers, but then you got San Diego, who's kind of like a beast team. They got a great team. We would love to see them in the playoffs. And you got teams like the Mets as well, who have a really solid team who will be impactful in the playoffs, especially with that rotation this year.
But yeah, that rotation and then, you know, then the bullpen.
But the concept they have of bringing it up, of opponents picking other opponents and then like the seeding and just like, it's just like a mess. So if they could clean it up a little bit, it's a solid proposal, but there's a couple things that they need to straighten out first.
Before I give you the format, what do you think about that? What is your thoughts, James?
I agree. Like, to elaborate what he was saying, is like I don't agree of having certain teams pick who they're gonna play. Like, I rather keep it traditional. Like, whoever makes the playoffs makes the playoffs.
They earned it.
And they earned it. And then, like he said, like, whoever expands, like the teams that earn it, like you said, the Padres, the Mets, they have the rotation, they have the players to make it exciting and entertaining for us as viewers to keep watching the game. To add a couple of more teams to the playoff format, yes. But to change it, it needs to be reworked. I totally agree.
So the proposed postseason format goes as follows: the first seed gets a bye. Okay, I'm not too shy about that. Number 2 seed picks opponent from 5th, 6th, or 7th seed teams. Number 3 seed picks opponent from remaining team, and number 4 seed matched up with remaining team as well. 3-game series with all games at home park of higher seed. So, for example, if the Red Sox have a better record than Minnesota in the playoffs, let's say those teams are in, they will play at home, the Red Sox, to begin the season. 3-game season, 3-game series, sorry. That's a little bit condensed for my liking because I just want to watch baseball. But then again, it brings some, you know, some intensity, and you're watching more games, more teams. I get it. Whatever happened to the old, you know, I'm throwing 100, Nolan Ryan days, like authentic days. Now it's more digital, more like, I don't know.
Okay, one match can I think the other, you know.
Yeah.
This pitcher would be better in that situation, yeah.
I don't even think that managers nowadays, I have to drop my drink. I don't even think that managers nowadays manage the game. Because there's so many analytics and things going into, you know, even the lineup, that the managers are just a piece in the puzzle. There, like just there, putting up a front, because people are already making lineups of the way they see past performance, and that's not the case in baseball. You could go 4 for 4 for the first 10 games and then have a whack season. You understand what I'm saying?
It's like they're all following, like, as if Billy Bean.
Billy Bean, yeah.
The way the format that he
did
with the Oakland A's, how he formatted his teams throughout all the years of, like, all right, which player is gonna have a better hitting percentage against this pitcher? Or which player I can't have in the lineup because he's struggling against this pitcher. Like, I get it, but I go with the old school format. You know, I go with, like, all right, this guy has been a solid person to my team. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt to get out of that slump that he's in. Or if he's on a hot streak, I'm not gonna put him in a position where he's gonna struggle.
Right.
I will keep it where he's gonna keep it genuine. That's important to the game. Don't change that.
It's like Trevor Bauer was saying in an interview that he was just talking about what's going on throughout baseball and the negativity within how commissioners and executives don't let the players express themselves the way that they should. Like, for example, in NBA, when Steph Curry throws, the biggest shot of the game or whatever, or he's, balling in the game, those are highlights that will go throughout ESPN throughout the whole day.
Sure.
Mike Trout makes a catch. Oh yeah, okay, Mike Trout. That's it. You don't let the players express themselves with the way they want to wear their cleats. They want to do that. I get it. Maybe this postseason format that you're proposing will bring back viewers, but that's not the way to bring back viewers. What about the kids that are growing up that want to play baseball? Don't make it so digital and cash. Make it that, we're attracting new people, new players to come and really, really play the game and really express themselves. Wear the flyest cleats, have the nicest gloves. No, everything is color coded and stuff like that. Baseball's ratings have been going down, and I think there's better ways to actually bring the viewers back and the love to the game than what they're doing now. I may be wrong.
I agree with you. Like we have to go back to originally how it was. Kids, bring the attention to the kids. When the kids are into the game, hold on to that. Put it in a microscope where like it's gonna attract them, and it's gonna open up to the point where like those players are gonna be presented for who they are, and I think that's important to the league. And they're not justifying that.
They're not at all, man. And I don't know, bro. This season, 2020, will be interesting because even though all this scandal's going on still, and there's still a Red Sox investigation going on as we speak, it seems that every team is looking like a powerhouse, in my eyes. They have players to compete. They have, teams with Mike Trout and
Anthony Rendon.
You got the White Sox squatted up. You got the Reds. Not to mention the Yankees. The Yankees are set to have a great season. I get you.
Got BAM, that Baseball Advanced Media, that was designed to just centralize all MLB content and force people to pay to have access to it. Great, you made a lot of money up front, but you centralize all this content, you make people pay for it, and you know what you get? You get a missing generation of fans. You make some money up front, great, and you miss a generation of fans, and the game is losing popularity, and especially amongst young people. I mean, let's not even talk about like the shoes, the cleats. Oh, hey, Mike Clevenger, you can't wear those shoes that are colorful that everybody on Twitter likes because it violates our stupid cleat policy where you get 3 colors of cleats. Like, I mean, what does it even matter? Just let the players express themselves. Let it have some personality. You want to market the game? Don't change it. Don't make the mound 62 feet. Don't make playoffs where you have to pick your opponent and freaking whatever. Don't change the game. Market the players. You have more players in baseball than any other league with much more diverse backgrounds worldwide. More so than any of the other major American sports. And it's the least marketable. It's because you make stupid decisions about how you market the players. You don't open it up. Let content go. Get it out there. Quit with this stupid cleat policy, the stupid BAM policy, blackouts all over the place. And that's just dealing with content that we already have available. Like, where's the innovation in content? Like, where's the next thing that's gonna drop?
If we stay healthy.
If you stay healthy, because talking about staying healthy, what were the players that were just
James Paxton is out right now. He had surgery. He's out half of the season, and now Severino's out he has a problem with his arm right now that he can't figure out, and Judge is dealing with an ongoing injury. So it's an injury-prone season to the start of the Yankees.
It seems like Severino, ever since he got injured in the past season, he hasn't been able to recover 100% to give the Yankees what they need. But now that they have Cole, the Cole train, how do you see that AL East playing out?
Well, the way it is now, I think like the only comp is Tampa Bay that will give them. But I think there's sleeper teams that the Red Sox. We did lose a lot of major players, but they're still a competitive team.
Well, Red Sox
baseball. There's still 162 games to be played. Right. We're not gonna win all of them. So.
JD Martinez, I believe it was, asked Big Papi. He asked Big Papi, how do you see us without Mookie Betts? Do you think that we will win a championship? And we probably was like, you guys won without me. And you know, we all know how big Poppy was to the Red Sox, how important he was. So this season is set to take off. Like I said, it just started. Jorge Soler hits the first bomb, so that's a good scene.
Red Sox won their first spring training game. What was exhibition game?
Exhibition, but you know,
still a W.
here we go. I'm going to give you my prediction as to who's going to win MVP right now in both leagues. I want to see what these guys are going to say. And I think that this is going to play out. This year, I give the MVP of the AL American League to Francisco Lindor. Francisco Lindor from the Cleveland Indians as a shortstop. The reason why I say this is because he was injured last year and he didn't play 162 games and he still gave you 32 bombs with like 108 RBIs. Stellar shortstop. That's my prediction. For the NL, I give the chance this year for Manny Machado. Manny Machado is my NL MVP player. I believe that he's gonna stick in with the Padres this year, you know, as a second-year veteran with that team, and he's gonna have a great year. Darryl?
For me, I'm gonna start out with the easier one, the AL.
The AL.
My pick, Jose Altuve. I think they're gonna.
Oh my God!
I think he's gonna go out there with the rest of the Astros and do something that they don't need no trash bags. They don't need nobody from upstairs.
That's a good move.
They're gonna ball out.
That's a good move.
My guy Mookie Betts is in the NL. I think he's gonna have a little bit of competition with Yelich and Bellinger, but he's the overall better player in my eyes.
Yeah, he's
gonna ball out. It's his contract year. He needs that paper, man. So those are my two picks.
James?
That's a good pick.
You're a bold dude. I like that.
I give you that one.
Yeah, we gotta give it to him. He's a great player. But come on.
Since I'm a Yankee fan and I'm hoping that he stays healthy throughout the season, I will have to go Judge.
Aaron Judge as MVP.
He has a lot to prove.
Do you think he will retaliate? Get retaliation from 2017?
No, I think he has a lot to prove. You know, since 2017, after being injured last season, this will be the season. Hopefully, he stays healthy and proves the doubters wrong. He stays to that statistic. For the NL, I'm gonna have to go with Yelich. Yelich got injured last season, and he's a great hitter.
He's an outstanding hitter. Ever since he left Miami, he's proven himself as one of the best stars in the game. Number 3, ranked by MLB.
I agree.
As far as World Series, I'm gonna predict this now. Don't hate me, guys, but I say that in the National League. You know, I'm a Met fan, but the Mets are not going to go this year. I say that the Dodgers, just with the addition of Mookie Betts to that lineup, I say that the Dodgers go this year. And in the American League, it's either going to be between the Yankees or the Red Sox. The Red Sox, something's telling me this year that they have what it takes, because that addition of Alex Verdugo to that lineup, I can't say enough how that impacted me in a very positive way. I saw the projected lineup this year with Alex Verdugo at the top and then the rest coming down. I think they have it. What do you think? Who do you think is going to be in the World Series at the end of it all?
Well, I'm going to start with the National League. I know you mentioned the Mets. Actually, this is a toss-up. I have the Mets, and the other team I'm looking at, if they get it together right, the Padres.
The Padres are looking good this year, man. Like, I don't know.
National League, and then in the American
League. It's gonna be a tight race.
The American League, you know, I'm a big Yankee fan. I know they're gonna make the playoffs. Honestly, I don't see them going to the World Series this year. Maybe down the road. But for the American League, it's gonna be someone that we least suspect, and the team I'm looking at a toss-up.
Maybe Chicago, White Sox.
I'm looking at Chicago, and then the team that looks scary, and he mentioned earlier, is Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay looks like a team that's on a mission and have a young squad. When you have a young squad, they're hungry.
Willie Adames, I predict him to hit 25 to 30 bombs this year. Wander Franco gets called up in September. Your pick?
My pick was Tampa Bay. I think they get the most improved team. They were dominant last year in the postseason. They just ran into the Astros, just BarrelUp. But their pitching staff is stellar. If Blake Snell can stay healthy, with Tyler Glass now and Charlie Morin, beast. And with the additions they got Carlos Martinez, outfield, Hunter Renfroe. Those are two solid bats. So I got them. I'll do them with the Yankees. I think the Yankees will make the championship series, but I think it's gonna come down to probably like a game 6 or 7, which will probably go to Cole. But I do think Tampa Bay has what it takes to win. So that's my AL pick. My NL pick, I gotta pick the Dodgers because they did get 2 really good players. They got probably the second best player in baseball, Mookie Betts, and they got a solid guy who's proved to be dominant in the postseason twice now, which is David Price. So I do think the Dodgers go back, and I do actually think the Dodgers will win the whole thing.
I think David Price gives Kershaw new life. With that being said, my people, thank you for watching this show. Don't forget to subscribe and turn your notification post on. Thank you for watching this show. Subscribe, comment below, tell us what you think. Yankees fan, Red Sox fan, Yankees gonna lose.
Yeah.
Met fan, Red Sox fan as well. We'll see what happens. Thank you, bye.